This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Pod Cast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 11 of GACenter. Yes, Blair and I are very much enjoying our time here. We are 1 week away from the midpoint of our season, and yeah, things are going to look very, very different after the next month. I myself I don't think I'm going to survive in Division 2 much longer. I don't. My Shack T finally got finished. Had to finish her for my GAC team. I've got my JKL, and yeah, it's not looking good. I've got literally 20,000 left before I hit Division 1, so...
I'm just sitting over here happy for this week, and we'll get into that when we actually do the reports.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, as per usual during the course of GACenter, number one, we're happy to have you guys here. But any bits, subs, cheers, follows, anything like that, raids, our moderators in chat will recognize, but we will take some special time at the end of the episode to recognize you all. As a precursor ahead of time, we thank you for every little bit of support you all give us. But yeah, Neil, it has been a week.
Yes, it has. It's been a
week.
week. You know, isn't every week a week, though?
It's been an interesting week. Let's put it that way.
It's been an interesting week. Yes, definitely.
Though, isn't every week an interesting week?
Some weeks are more interesting than others.
This is true.
The curse of round 3 last week was just the bane, the thorn in everyone's side. But everybody seems to have cast off. Everybody. There's not a lot of people. Not a lot of people fell to the third round curse this week. So yeah, except for maybe certain people that we'll mention later on. Anyway, let's shut up. Let's just
crack on with it.
Let's just hit it. Oh yes, we are hitting it, and we are hitting it with Bulldog first. There's only so many ways to express how well Bulldog does in a week. I mean, the guy is yet to lose a single round. I mean, he's come close, sure, but he always comes up with the goods in the end. Triple whammy, 3-0 Bulldog.
Infinem this week scoring a triple crown. Round 1 had to deal with the Relic JKR, a couple of Jedi. He had some dangerous stuff to deal with, but he played his cards right and got through it that first round. Round 2, his opponent set a standard Geo lineup in defense and a good clone team, but he set more than enough stuff on offense to deal with both of those, and just got through everything relatively easily. Round 3 had very consistent performance from with one shots and another round in the high scoring mark. Again, having to deal with some G12 Night Sisters this time around, and a couple more battles with G Nosians. But hey, Infinem is coming in with a 3-0 triple crown, and he's currently 9-0 for the season. Good job, Infinem.
Gaming Embers 3-0. Flair was so very proud of his performance this week as he grabbed a triple crown, something he just missed out on at the end of last week. Hard to roast him this week, really, as he has returned to fine form and put 3 rounds on the table. I leave you in peace this week, Flair. Enjoy it.
I'll gladly take it. On to Commander Cody, going 2-1 this week. Round 1, he had to time out against a Kira Nest team fighting against... He had to time out with his Kira Nest team going against Old Republic, but he still got the full clear anyway. Unfortunately, he got one shot and took a loss there. Round 2, he got the full clear one shot. His Padme standing after 3 attempts, CLS snagging a hold, and his fleet still standing to this day. And round 3 got another full clear one shot with his Padme again standing tall, preventing the full clear for his opponent, and his fleet also standing. 2-1 for Commander Cody.
3-0. 2.5 flawless victories for Brainkill this week. And if you're looking a little confused as to what 2.5 flawless victories looks like. Well, round 1 and round 3 were all clears, and they were flawless victories. But rather strangely, he kind of stopped halfway through cleaning his opponent's clock in round 2. I mean, he didn't lose, but then again, he didn't full clear. So, yeah. So not even a whammy for Brain Kill this week, but still 3-0. There's the table. And you know who's at the top. Because he's always at the top. Because he doesn't lose. Commander Cody did lose one, though. He did lose one this week, which does give Infinum a shot at the number 2 spot. But, yeah.
He's got 4,000 banners to make up, though.
That's a lot of banners to have to make up. It really, really is. That's a lot of banners to have to make up. So, yeah. But, I mean, come on. There's not a person that does not watch this show that does not think Bulldog is going to go undefeated the entire season.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I would put money on it. I would put money on him going undefeated for the entire season.
Meanwhile, I've installed like a jacuzzi and like a lounge sofa back here at the bottom of the table. It's nice. It's great. Let me tell you all.
Okay, let's move on. The Lone Gunman. You know what? A good start to the week went from bad to worse for Gunman. Having secured the round 1 win, he lost round 2, clearing only 2 territories. And his opponent full cleared him. But it wasn't as bad as round 3, where he suffered his worst defeat of the season as he failed to clear a single territory. Didn't clear a single territory. Thanks to a awful sandbag by his opponent. His opponent picked up a couple of wins. Got the win. So, unfortunately, 1 and 2 for Gunman.
On to Stone. As he put it, he definitely needed this redemption this week. He's been having a little bit of a rough time this season. But 3-0 this week with a very impressive one-shot full clear on all 3 rounds. And as he puts it as well, he now has a malevolence on board in order to face against his opponents. So hopefully we should be seeing much better results from Stone across the next week or so. 3-0 for Stone.
Renard, our favourite German fox, marches on undefeated this month, getting an R1 win despite his opponent trying to sandbag him. You're going to try and sandbag somebody, at least make it half decent. You know? Anyway, round 2 was a flawless victory, and round 3 was a very well-earned flawless victory, as he nearly lost to the Geos, with Nihilus making a one-man last stand. Without that, it wouldn't have been a full clear, it wouldn't have been a flawless victory, and it wouldn't have been a very well-earned triple crown for Renard the Fox.
Orlamar coming in as well with a one-shot full clear this week. Quite a few of these, it looks like. Round 1, one-shot full clear his opponent, and his opponent got stuck on his fleet. Round 2, his opponent went heavy on his defense, but regardless, Orlamar still said, nah, one-shot full clear, and his opponent got stuck on his Darth Revan team in the very front wall. Round 3, opponent went heavy offense and one-shot all of his defenses. Orlamar did the same to him, but was slightly more efficient, but just a little over 10 banners. He did have to skip a feat in order to make sure he secured the win, though. But I think in terms of, taking the win or taking a feat, I think I'll take the win. A good job, 3-0 triple crown for Orlamar.
Moyo with a 2-1. Moyo's perfect week was upset in round 2, as he struggled to claw back an impressive all clear tally of 1752. Now, rounds 1 and rounds 3 were great, but round 2 was he just didn't show faith in his nest solo against Ewoks. And you know what he did? He put in a Kira lead with his nest, and what happened?
Cost him banners.
Kira got her ass handed to her. No protection, no health. She was destroyed. How many banners did he need to win by? 2. How many banners did he lose? 2. Unfortunately, that's just the way things
That's
go
how that
sometimes.
cookie crumbled.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So unfortunately, 2-1 for Moyo this week.
This is a surprise because our Canadia's favorite son, Andy Beads, clearly Al must have been helping out this week, got a 3-0. Round 1 had a no-show, and he was able to full clear his opponent's defense. Round 2, his opponent attacked and got the full clear, but had to double tap a couple of teams. He was able to full clear with a 2-tap on his opponent's Darth Revan team. And obviously was more efficient in his battles that way. Round 3, his opponent attacked and full cleared, but again, got held up on a single battle, allowing him to full clear with a 1-shot on everything in round 3, giving him the victory and the 3-0 for this week. Excellent job. Good performance, Andy Beads.
Yeah, no offense, Andy, but I thought that was a typo. I thought that was a typo. Oh, Vendetta. So close to another triple crown this week was the man in the Guy Fawkes mask. Should have done red leather, yellow leather show. Round 1 and round 2 were perfectly executed, flawless victories, but in round 3, his Padme team got mollywopped by a General Grievous team, and yeah, he had to settle for a whammy this week because that one loss cost him his triple crown. I mean, hey, it's still a triple whammy, but that one loss, for it to happen in round 3, I mean, if it happens at the beginning, at least you know to expect a triple whammy at the end of the week. But to go flawless, and then, yeah, so, but hey, triple whammy for Vendetta.
All right, and then we got Marco. Marco going 3-0 this week. Round 1 had to go up against an auto deploy opponent. Didn't get the full clear, and this happens a few times. You set a strong defense, preparing for his opponent, and then just come to find out they just didn't even try. So he couldn't get the full clear. Round 2, decent opponent, solid defenses, was able to get a full clear. Round 3 went up against a heavy defense opponent this time around. But again, still managed to secure that full clear. So 3-0 Marco. Again, another person who's been doing a much better job so far in this season compared to how he's been doing in the past. So excellent job.
JKW, no data and no report, so nothing to say except see you next week. There is Division 3-4. Orlamar and Vendetta duking it out at the top.
Although Orlamar's got a heavy banner lead over Vendetta.
God, yeah, no, he has. He really has. Well, Vendetta, earlier on in the season, Vendetta was just, hitting triples. He wasn't really getting a lot of whammies. He wasn't getting as many crowns as Orlamar was, because Orlamar was getting the full clears with his triples, and Vendetta had a couple of those. Just had a couple of those triples where he just wasn't getting the full clear. And you know as well as I do that not getting the win but not the full clear, severely handicaps your banner counts.
When it comes down to scores, when you're tied for wins and losses, and when it comes down to those banners, oh man, it gets rough after that.
Exactly. Anyway, let's move on to Division 2. And nice, easy start with a full clear. And guess what? A no-show, or the no-show queen of GAC. I have never known someone get so many no-shows in GAC than Kate. It's just, maybe she's got some Irish blood. Maybe she's got the luck of the Irish, or maybe she's just constantly sacrificing goats to RNGesus. I do not know. But yeah, no sacrifice to RNGesus was going to stop the disaster in round 2, as she lost by only 5 banners. Despite a one-shot full clear. I mean, that's just bad luck. But a new JKR Watts team in defense of round 3 secured her a 2-1 for the week with a flawless victory to boot.
On to Fort Mort.
Sorry, who?
Boma?
Sorry, who?
Fort Mart?
Yeah, that's better. There you go.
Fort Mart. I was going to say, what? Anyways, on to Fart Mart. We'll give him the credit. It's Fort Mart. He went 3-0 this week. And, round 1 got the full clear, used a balance attack, had a ton of holds, but it failed on his ships. For fun, he threw Jawas against Ewoks and almost won. Round 2 had to go full defense. So he used multiple attacks on a couple teams to wear his opponents down to get the full clear. Opponent didn't show up, though. Probably the first ever Jawa versus Jawa battle.
I watched that. That was so much fun.
And lost by a little bit of health, down to 1-on-1 at one point there. Round 3 was balanced but strategic defense. Paid off huge. Plan was to stop him up front and take one area, but he cleared the top +1 on bottom. He won a single battle. His opponent won a single battle and failed the rest. He could have had more holds, but his opponent just kind of gave up. So 3-0 for Fart Mart.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different aspects. I mean, the one aspect he couldn't have done better is obviously, 3-0, but could have done better everywhere else. Okay, Geek Girl, the queen of consistency, came back with a bang this week. Oh, she had to do something coming off that 1-2 from the previous week, and something she did. Nothing of merit, really, to discuss. Relatively easy rounds. I mean, she did have a little bit of a trip in round 3 against a Darth Revan. But, apart from that little blip, a really, really nice 3-0 and a great week for Geek Girl.
On to Boba Fett. So as he put in his report, he triple whatevered all over his opponent's faces. 3 easy one-shot full clear wins. Round 1 was an efficiency battle. He was much more efficient than his opponent, even though they both full clear one shot. Round 2, his Grievous Newt and even his Phoenix got holds. Round 3, his Newt was still standing and preventing the fleet from getting touched. So excellent job, 3-0 with a triple crown for Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah, I need some cowboy music or something here, because what does our favorite? Okay, let's just. What does our favorite space cowboy have to say this week about his 3-0? So this is exactly what he wrote. Gimme those Zetas, yeah, baby. 3-0, triple whammy for the Wrangler.
On to Yeti. And man, I got to see some of Yeti's battles this week, and he had fun with some of his. Round 1 had a pretty solid Galactic Legends opponent with more than twice the number of Relic 7s as Yeti did, but he was missing some key teams. Again, Yeti is super bent on using SWGOH.gg, who helps provide all of our stats. You see that shameless promotion there?
Mm-hmm. I did.
To plan out his defenses and to plan his offensive strategies, and it pays off almost every single time for Yeti. Getting more than a 40 banner win in round 1. Round 2 was where maybe not panic, but a little murky waters occurred because he actually went up against someone who didn't have a SWGOH.gg account. So he had to plan out for the most likely offensive teams and plan for the most likely defensive teams. It still paid off though. He had a super solid win with over 900 banners there as his defense stood tall. Round 3, again, another solid Galactic Legends opponent who loved to attack with his 2 best toys in the toolbox, his Kylo Galactic Legends team and his Darth Revan. So he set some defenses to drain away the banners, and they did exactly as they planned. Getting 3 holds and taking more than a 100 banner lead. Excellent job, 3-0 with the triple crown for Yeti. Good job.
Scribe. Scribe. Round 1 was a nice and straightforward, flawless victory and holding on a fleet. Nice round 1. Round 2 was a complete walk in the park, completing that cakewalk. No flawless victory, but when you get a territory hold, you don't really care. You just don't care. Round 3 though, curse of round 3 strikes again, as he used the wrong Vader ability versus the Night Sisters.
Oh no.
Oh yes. It cost him the banners and the match, despite clearing the Galactic Legend his opponent put in defense. Not a happy puppy. 2-1 for Scribe.
Am I reading this wrong, Neil?
Sorry, what? Yes,
Am I
you are.
reading this wrong?
You're reading it wrong. You know? Yeah, it's wrong.
I feel like something's wrong here. Anyways, Neil has surprisingly gone 2-1 this week. The curse of round 3 struck.
Mm-hmm.
And man, rounds 1 and 2 were solid for you. It was what was it? Full clear one shots for you both rounds 1 and round 2. Had absolutely no issues in those. But then round 3 struck, and his opponent set a Relic 4 Darth Revan and Bastila team up front. And yeah, the super fast team that unfortunately caused him to have to do a 2-tap there. And then he tried to take the Nest solo versus Mon Mothma, and you got your Nest got her crap kicked in.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have done that if I didn't need the banners, you know? I was clutching at straws. If I didn't need the banners, I would have gone in there and I would have just, I would have done Jedi Knight Revan and Yoda, or Bastilla and Yoda. It would have just been, 2. I would have gone in with 2 Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But, I had to take some chances because I've only ever come back and won a round after having to do a double tap against a one-shot clear once. And I did it by 1 banner.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy thing to do. So
it did help that your opponent scored a hefty.
God, yeah, they scored a 1930. So yeah, it was never gonna be. It was never gonna be easy. It was never gonna be easy.
You're ready for next week, though, aren't you?
Oh God, yeah, no, it will not happen again. My weak ass Relic 6 GG will not do that again. It's not gonna happen again. I threw everything, every piece of resources, everything that I'd saved for JKL relic wise. I thought, sod it, I'm not going to have a GG Nukem team fail again. So my GG Nukem team now is the proud owner of a Relic 7 GG. So
can we please have this on the record?
Health, it's 167.
Can we please have it on the record with a timestamp and mark and everything that he said this will never happen again, just in case?
It will. No, my GG Nukem team will not fail again. Fine, mark it, clip it. Don't care.
The GG Nukem team will hopefully probably work, unless something completely goes sideways for you.
It's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. I'm saying it. It's not going to happen again. I will never let my GGs fail. My GG's never going to fail on a Darth Revan ever again.
Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, so round 2 and 1. Too many losses and just not enough full clears for Rand, who has been looking precarious for a while now. He's been dropping down the table recently. 2 and 1 is fine, but he's been getting a lot of 2 and 1s lately. And if you want to be a contender, just wait till you see my position in Division 2, and I only lost 1. I've only lost 1 in the last 24 rounds. If you want to be a contender come end of the season, yeah, you got to do well. But plenty of time for him to turn it around, though. 2 and 1 for Rand.
On Little Gator, I looked at his stats and everything for this week, and I was like, wow, he didn't attack too much, did he? Round 1, there was not a Gator in sight. Round 2, he didn't get the full clear. He only did 4 battles, but had a no-show, so at least he got the win there. Round 3, he had to 3-tap a crew team, 2-tap a bugs team, couldn't clear a boss team after 4 attempts. His General Grievous held against the sisters, but his opponent either stopped or wasn't able to continue giving Gator a hard time and gave him a 66-banner win, despite the low score. So
I do not how you get a 2 and 1 with 8 wins is just beyond me. I don't get that. But I don't know. There's Division 2. Yes, I am no longer in second. Okay, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Ranger. So sorry to disappoint you, Ranger. But how about this for How'd You Like Them Apples, Ranger? I'm 20,000 away from being promoted to the same division that you're in. And guess what happens when I get promoted to that division, Ranger? I enter the league above you. Above you. I didn't think I wasn't looking at Division 1. I wasn't. Honestly, wasn't. But I'm 20,000. Literally 20,000. There's just... Yeah.
Right on the edge.
There's just no avoiding it. There's no way I'm going to be able to hang on for 20k. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do nothing to my roster for 3 months just on the off chance that, you know, I can keep this rivalry with Fort Mort going. So, yeah. Yeah.
But, hey, Neil, I think it's time we take a break before we get talking about the big boys.
Oh, yeah.
So, guys, on the other side of this break, we'll talk about Div 1. See you on the other side.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
And we're back. Okay. You know what we need to do? We need to talk about the big boys. It's big boys time.
Look at these big boys.
Big boys time. I'm going to be one of the big boys soon, Flair.
Eventually, soon. Then you're gonna have to start doing some fun stuff.
I'm going to be one of the big boys soon. Okay. So let's get into it. So, Finn, a win, but no full clear started this week, facing a heavy D. I mean, things, they didn't get that much better in round 2. As he lost to an even heavier D than round 1. But I mean, at least in round 1, he didn't lose because he annihilated Bindo instead of JKR. Although it could have been because he had no fruit snacks. I'm inclined to think that he lost round 2 because he annihilated Bindo instead of Jedi Knight Revan. The no fruit sacks just doesn't wash with me. Doesn't wash with me. Round 3 though, he had fruit snacks and he won with a full clear. So maybe it was the fruit snacks. I think
anecdotally speaking, I think it's the fruit snacks.
Maybe it was the fruit snacks. 2-1 for Finn.
This is gonna be a quick one. DB did not. He missed the sign in this week. There's already been some grief given to him on his stream, but he missed it, even though he'd been doing so well the first 2 weeks of the season. So he's already locked in. We're good. We're good for this next season and this next week. So got some catching up to do, DB.
DPK, all full clears this week, despite a 1-1-1. Now, it was a 1-1-1. DPK got the luck of the draw with the higher GP, though, with his draw, and turned the 1-1-1 into a 2-1. The lost battle was down to a 2-shot. So, yeah, DPK will have to up his game if he wants to make Kaiba, because he has been doing a lot better this month than the previous 2 months. So, 2-1 by virtue of higher GP. So, just squeeze the luck, DPK.
Gridden coming in with 2-1 this week. Round 1 got the full clear one shot with his crew and Kira Scoundrels both getting holds. Round 2, another solid full clear one shot. Also his opponent also got the full clear one shot, but Gridden was more efficient on his banners. Round 3, woo, this was tough. He had to 2-tap a GL Kylo, 3-tap a CLS team. Clearly that Chupio is doing some work. 2-tap a Jedi Knight Revan team, 2-tap a Newt team, could not get to the ships. And his opponent only did 4 of the troop battles and the fleet, but one shot all 5 of those, and so 1 on efficiency. So 2-1 grid. Rough round 3. Curse of round 3. Curse you, round 3.
Curse you, round 3. Curse you. Okay, so going nerdy. He won round 1 like he was stealing it. His defense was like Spartans of old, rock solid and full of abs. However, round 2 was more like a night of binge drinking. He's not sure what happened, but he believes bad things happened. And round 3 was a good round, and only lost by a few banners. But most important of all, he picked up a load of losses.
True to Thaddeus
42
form.
losses. So he'll be happy with that because obviously, he's going for the end of season record for most losses by a competitor. So
Have we decided what that trophy looks like? I was imagining like a dunce cap a little bit on that one.
I know we haven't decided on that trophy yet, but we'll have to make it something interesting.
On to Spartan this week. Going 2-1. Again, the curse of round 3 strikes yet again. Round 1 went up against the Kyber Kid. Blocked the bottom node with 2 Revens on defense. So Spartan had to split his Revens top and bottom. Opponent couldn't get through, so he wasn't able to clear any nodes, and Spartan was able to take the top 2 nodes with a 1155 to 818. So woo, pretty low scoring match. Round 2 was a win as well, splitting Revens again, going top and bottom. And after 3 attacks, his opponent couldn't take down either team and gave up. Spartan took the bottom 2 nodes easily, but couldn't get through a tough Relic First Order team up top after 4 attacks and had nothing left for an Ewok team. But hey, a win is a win. Round 3, huge nightmare. His opponent full cleared. He only had a single hold to work with, and that was his Dreven team. On the other hand, Spartan was held up on almost every single team. His counters were under all the defenses, losing 824 to 1913. He was completely manhandled, chewed up, spat out, and sent back crying. So 2-1 Spartan.
Black Mamba 3-0. Round 1, boom. Flawless victory. 1940 banners. Opponent did not know what hit him. Round 2, slap. Another flawless victory. 1935. Took his opponent's lunch money for good measure. Round 3, flawless victory. 1911. Probably would have been higher if not for the Galactic Legend, but still 3-0, triple crown for Black Mamba this week.
On to It's Just Ian going 2-1 this week. Round 1, he had to 2-tap a Ray team, 2-tap a Padme team. But thankfully, his JTR, Finn, and Ray teams all snagged holds, preventing the full clear for his opponent and securing the win. Round 2, he threw in a Phoenix team against a GL Kylo, most likely to reduce the cooldowns. This is one of those GL Kylos with the Darth Revan and Zombie and Daka. And I forget what the 5th character on the team was, but most likely to reduce the cooldowns. But he still got the full clear after that. Unfortunately, his opponent came in with a full clear one shot. I had to take the loss there. Round 3, he lost a JKL 3-man to the Bounty Hunters, but his crew team held for 2, giving him the win. So 2-1 for theory crafting expertise. It's just Ian.
MacLeod with a 3-0. Round 1, wrecked some GL, he forgets which. Round 2, got the win going through a Slacker, a GL Ray, a Gas, a GG with Watts, Night Sisters, and backline of Geos, and a Newt Nest. I mean, that's, you know, that's a lot to go through when you think about it, isn't it, really? I mean, wow. And then round 3, got a flawless victory over a Slacker account that was in Paul's guild. But you all know him as Tenpaul. Unfortunately, Tenpaul lost to MacLeod. MacLeod got the triple whammy, 3-0 for the week.
On to Jigabachi. All right, so round 1, his opponent cleared him on the night shift, taking only a single loss to GG Droids. His opponent set a light defense though, with so he went in during the day and imagined himself on the Star Destroyer cosplaying as Rey. This is getting a little weird in the rest of this, so we're gonna move on through this. He won. Round 2. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I don't want to continue reading this. Round 2. He had some shame from round 1, so he was having to deal with that. But he did well again in round 2. Again, I look at this. I'm like, I'm not reading that. There are kids around. Round 3. Jawas were on defense. And he thought back to the weirdness of the last 2 rounds. Turns out his opponent goes crazy light on defense and just tries to overpower on offense. So he just set up a whole bunch of stuff for defense and stopped his opponents and took over a solid 1935 for round 3. And as he put it to finish off, onward to Kyber and Romance. Oh.
Biswees. Now, he had a good week. I mean, his only bad round, I mean, if you could call it a bad round, I mean, he went 3-0. But his only bad round was round 3, really. I mean, you know, he took his round 1 and round 2 opponents to the cleaners. Round 3, I mean, it was still a win, but he didn't get the full clear. You could see it's only a 23, it's not a 24. Some misplays and some bad RNG during a fleet. The defense was solid, though, and it got him the triple. Just no whammy or crown biscuit. 3-0, though, is still excellent.
On to Wiggins Bog. Round 1, full clear one shot. Kylo stood standing tall after 6 battles. His bug's getting a hold in there as well, but not as impressive as 6 times against Kylo. Round 2, he did lose his Jedi Revan to General Grievous, and he tried to gas solo the bug team, and I guess just got sniped by Spy. OG Kylo, he went in with a one-shot trying to solo trying to kill Newt, and that didn't work either. But his Kylo took 2 to kill. GG took 3, and still stood, as well as his Karth taking 3 teams to topple. Finally, round 3 was a full clear one shot with his Kylo shutting down his opponent's offense for a full clear. Excellent job, 3-0 against Bog.
Whatever, my comrade from ANZGC, obviously different guilds, big alliance, you know. Big friendly alliance. Round 3-0, he did get the triple whammy. Now, his round 1 was an opponent from Shadowlands. So you'd kind of think, oh, this is going to be a bit of a test. No, not really. the guy always sets the exact same defense. So it was absolutely no issue for whatsoever. He literally just went, okay, so that's what he's going to put in defense. That's what I'm going to say for offense. I'm going to beat you. Round 2 was also a bit of a cakewalk, as his opponent went full offense, like full offense. But like, if you're going to go full offense, then you've got to keep teams to do full offense, okay? And his opponent didn't do that and lost. So, and round 3 was a win against an inefficient efficiency player. Just, and what I mean by that was whatever got the win by 6 banners, even with a fleet double tap. So, you know, his opponent one-shot whatever, but not very efficiently, which isn't very good if you're going to do an efficiency player strategy. So yeah, that was oh, she wrote whatever got the triple whammy.
Onto Ranger, everyone's favorite Ranger there. Round 1 had a full clear one shot, had no issues at all. Round 2, I'm looking at his history as well right now, because he did have some issues. He misclicked on a Jedi Knight Luke team and had to go with another team to finish it off. And I see here that he tried to Jedi Knight Luke solo a bunch of bears and apparently got kicked in the face. And then still got the win, though. His opponents just could not full clear him at all. And round 3 had to double tap a Kylo team. Again, he had the issue of sending in the wrong teams in there. But still got the full clear and taking the win there. So 3-0 for Ranger.
Okay, so yeah, Moon only got 2-1 this week. Round 1 was business as usual with an easy win. But then came round 2. And it all came down to needing 59 banners in fleet. 59. You'd think, yep, most people would take that. Yeah, 50. I need 59 banners. Sweet. Unfortunately, he couldn't catch a break with a negotiator, whacking 4 ships clean off his board with an AoE. And his Malevolence fleet just was not coming back from that. All was not lost, though, as he did finish the week with an easy win, and he was able to come away with a 2-1 for week.
On to Cubs fan Han. Round 1, he lost a gas 3-man versus CLS. Had to 3-tap the negotiator. But his General Grievous, his Bugs, and Malevolence all got holds, giving him the win. Round 2, he could not get past the GL Kylo after 4 attempts, and the same for the sisters after 2 attempts. And unfortunately, he got full clear 1 shot. And then finally, in round 3, he had to 2-tap a Padme team and a General Grievous team, but his GG stood after 5 battles, preventing the full clear, giving him the 2-1 this week.
Bitcoin with, yep, you guessed it, another 3-0. First round saw Bitcoin hold his opponent to a complete shutout. Dude didn't get any territories. I mean, of course, Bitcoin got the full clear, but no territories. None. Round 2, kind of easy. It was a no-show, so obviously he got the win. And the round 3 opponent, he couldn't even get past half the board. And the man who has only lost to his girlfriend this year dunked on him with a 1938 banner score. 3-0 for Bitcoin. There is Standard Division 1 bottom. Not much change there. In fact, I don't think there's any change there whatsoever. I don't know. There's no change to the bottom of Division 1 at all. So let's go straight to the Division 1 top. Actually, no, there's no change in the top. There's no change in the top 4
really?
there.
No, this has been a pretty consistent table for the last little bit.
Yeah, I mean the only real change is Moon, because obviously Moon was one round ahead of whatever and Ranger, so he was in 3rd last week, and obviously now he's tying with whatever and Ranger, and it does not help his plight that he has a lower banner score than
Mhm.
than Ranger and whatever. So yeah, but nice tidy scores there. Bitcoin just goes from strength to strength. That one single solitary loss to his girlfriend a few months back. Let's move on to the big boys.
On to the big boys, and we're starting off with Scorch the Horse. He got slammed into the mat against a Ray team, Kylo and the sisters, only getting 2 battle wins, period. And I want to say it was a General Grievous and the sisters. And despite his Kylo holding firm and strong, his opponent cleared much more than Scorch ever did. So taking the loss there. Round 2, he had to 2-tap the fleet, but he got the full clear with 1 hold on the bugs and 2 holds with his Kylo, securing a win. Unfortunately, he had to 2-tap the ladies and took 4 attempts to clear his opponent's negotiator, and his Kylo only got a single hold. So, it's kind of painful, but Scorch going 1 and 2 this week.
1 and 2. I mean, better than last week's wooden spoon for the Aussie Adonis this week, who lost round 1 and round 2 to opponents who, I mean, they just cleaned his clock. I mean, he lost very comprehensively to them.
But he had a fun birthday stream for round 2.
Yes. But, and it's a very important but, round 3 was where it all came good. As miraculously, he swept his opponent aside with flawless victory. Heinze got a flawless victory in round 3. Something we've not seen Heinze do in a long time. Is this the beginning of the triumphant return of the Aussie Adonis? Not this week, but we'll have to wait and see for next week.
Maybe with the help of his friends, he can get there.
But possibly.
Possibly. But anyways, on to Paul. 1 and 2 this week. Round 1, they both full cleared each other, but because of a high relic Padme squad, he took the L by 34 banners. But he did manage to beat a GL Ray, and he is happy and proud of that, dadgummit. Round 2, his opponent set a heavier defense, and Paul set a lighter defense and stumbled against a gas team. Didn't have the stones to throw against it, and a fully relic crew in sad times against a guy named Sadnik. Round 3 was the USA versus Japan Shade Championship title match. Lightest defenses placed by his opponents. He played it right, scoring at least 59 on 6 to 7 ground battles. Gas versus the high relics. Sep droids had him fearing for the clear, but he got it anyway. Moved on to the ships. Saw the Akbar team. Smiled as the separatist fleet ate it for breakfast, scoring the win. 1, breaking the losing streak. Excellent job, Paul Anthony. Excellent for taking the win there, but a 1 and 2.
The man with the giant peach suffered bad luck and good luck this week. I mean,
a peach?
Round 1 was a formality. Get that round 1 win out of the way. It's a formality. Now, the way that he went into R2, round 2, that was where the bad luck started. It saw him lose by 6 banners thanks to CLS. I mean, I've seen his CLS team, and you wouldn't have expected it to lose.
That eats gases for breakfast.
I mean, it lost. So it's one of those 1 out of 100 times. 99 times out of 100, it'll win. And then, there's that 1 out of 100 where the RNG gods are just like, anyway, round 3, though, was where he had the good luck, winning by 1 banner, thanks to his Nest holding onto all her health, literally skin of the teeth. She held onto all of her health, lost all of her protection during a solo, but hey, it was against the imps, so 2 and 1 for Mud Bum.
Mandy coming in this week with a 2 and 1 as well. And man, round 1, he had to 3-tap a Kylo team, but he got 3 holds on his Newt, a hold on Kylo, and 1 on crew, giving him the win. Round 2, he had to double tap Darth Revan and the bugs. Unfortunately, his Newt only got a single hold, causing the loss. Round 3, he had to 2-tap both a GL Ray and a GL Kylo team. But his Kylo holding for 4 battles and Django holding for 2, giving him a solid enough banner lead for the win. 2-1 for Mandalore Maul.
Lazy Turtle. Had an efficient round 1. Played well. Got the win. Round 2 is his bad round, where he basically outplayed himself. He was trying to come up with ways to get the full clear, but kind of forgot that his Vader's mods weren't very good, and that's what beat him. He poorly modded Vader, so yeah, beat himself. Check your mods before leaking it. Anyway, round 3 was nice and lucky, facing a double GL. And I say lucky because dude didn't put either of these GLs on defense. He saved them both for offense. So, yeah, gave Turtle the easy win. And he got a 2-1 instead of a 1-2.
Jake Johnson this week going 3-0. Round 1, he had to 3-tap a CLS team. He had to 2-tap a Finn team. And even though his opponent only 2-tapped his Jedi Knight Luke team, he was much more efficient. This is the few times where even though he took much more losses, he was able to come back in style with the win there. Round 2 is Newt took 2 battles. Newt took 2 battles to clear. Gas took 2, and he couldn't clear the ships. That's where his 23 is instead of 24. But his Malevolence got a hold, and his CLS stood strong, giving him the win there. Round 3, Dylan Grievous took 2 to drop. Negotiator had to be 2-tapped, but his GL Kylo was still standing tall after 4 battles. So Jake Johnson coming back in with a 3-0. He's had a little tough, but he's back. 3-0. Good job.
Ando with the 2-0. No, it's 2-1.
What's I going to say? 2-0. What?
2-1. Just what the Rambam ordered. Actually quite a surprising round 1 loss against a really light defense. I mean, Ando lost to a JTR. He lost to a JTR, and his opponent one-shot him. So, you know, that was what caused the loss. I mean, he didn't make the same mistakes in round 2, though, but nearly made a new one, failing with a Han solo. But it's okay.
Solo maneuver.
It's okay. It's okay. He still won. Don't panic. He still won, obviously. And then round 3, he just powered. I think he was trying to avoid going on tilt, because in round 3 he just powered through his opponent, unmanned on everything for a flawless victory. I think he just had enough. So yeah, 2-1 for Ando.
And also going 2-1 is his sworn bitter rival Rambam. Round 1, nothing really of particular importance. He got the full clear and beat his opponent with ease. Round 2, messed up a GL raid counter in the back wall, preventing him from getting the full clear and the win. Strictly user error. He's banging himself in the head for that one, and it should have been a 3-0 for him. Round 3, old Rambam was back at it again with the easy full clear. Tell the defense, securing the victory. Played to his opponent as usual, seeing that he does the gas cheese against Slacker. And he countered this by placing Bastila Fallen with Slacker, which counters the gas cheese. And he has to slide this in there. Mace got a kill. So that's all that really matters, right? 2-1 for Rambam.
Dyla with a 2-1. Dyla had the easiest round 1 you will ever see anyone get ever. A full defense of just gear 7 to 9 characters.
Wow.
Full defense. So he did what any normal person would do, and he picked up 7 solos. And the new round record of 1,964 banners in a single round. That is the new GACenter record for the highest scoring single round for anybody. But just, yeah, all gear 7s and 9s, yeah, that's going to be lucky. Anyway, round 2 wasn't as easy as round 1, but it was easy enough for him to get a flawless victory. Now, round 3, the curse of the round 3 strikes as he faced the same guy who beat him last week. No revenge and no win. Dylar, the RNG Gods clearly hate your guts right now.
Onto the Grand Admiral Arnold. Round 1, he showed his Imperial might with a precise, full clear one-shot, with his GL Kylo snagging a hold in Darth Revan, showing how the Sith work by taking 5 attempts. And at the end of it all, Revan and Bastila still stood. Round 2, he had a 2-tap a Kylo, he had a 2-tap a Darth Revan team, but he managed to beat it with his Imperial Troopers and Admiral Piet. 2-tap a Jango, and after three attempts, could not clear JTR or clear GG after a failed Houdini bomb. His opponent failed against GL Ray, but stopped without a full clear, but winning by 49 banners. But Arnold did win with 49 banners, despite the low performance. Round 3, despite the Thrawn counter being able to topple Ray, he managed to press on and claim a full clear. With his Mon Mothma, he's working with Mon Mothma for some reason.
Excuse me, no, that is rebel propaganda, Flair. That is rebel propaganda. He's not working with the rebels, he's using them. They are slave labor. Due to Grand Admiral, he does not work with rebels. He enslaves the rebels to do his bidding, okay? Get it right, anyway, that's rebel propaganda.
Yes. Okay. He got 2 holds with his slave labor rebels, and Jango taking a hold as well. So 2-1 for the Grand Admiral.
Indy had a bit of a bad start to the week. Yeah. Lost his opening round. 1 banner. I mean, you hate to see it happen. Nobody likes losing by 1 banner. I mean, it's sweet to win by 1 banner, but it really sucks to lose by 1 banner. But by round 2, he was back to his old self with an easy victory. And round 3 saw, more of the same. I mean, despite dropping a battle, he held on D. His defenses were good, and he got the win. And he picked up some new toys this week that he's going to be showing everyone next week. New toys for Indy.
Got some fun stuff. Klesso coming in with a 3-0, the Triple Crown, round 1. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. He got 10 holds across multiple teams. I'm not even going to count all of them because he's got so many of them. Round 2, again, full clear one-shot, no problems. He probably relaxed through it. Got 6 holds this time. And then round 3, again, he probably yawned his way to another full clear one-shot, hitting a single hold with his Darth Revan, but enough to give him the win. 3-0 with a Triple Crown for Klesso.
Zareth back to his best. He routed his opponents this week, not giving an inch. Clean wins and a huge 32 banner difference gave him round 1. Round 2 was all about the experience he has, and in that I mean who knows how to use off-meta counters against GLs. Now his opponent didn't, and obviously Zareth did. Win for Zareth. That round 3 was a wonderful win for him as he full cleared someone from TI. That's got to be a nice feeling. He set a defense that was undefeatable. Or so he thought. Which is why Zareth is 3-0 with a Triple Crown, and that guy in TI is not. 3-0 Triple Crown for Zareth.
End all, be all. 3-0. Full cleared his opponent and prevented his opponent from full clearing as well. He was on vacation, so things were a bit of a blur, but we managed to go back and catch up for him. Round 1 was a full clear one-shot with his ships holding strong. Round 2, again, another full clear one-shot. His opponent didn't even attempt the ships or get a full clear of the ground units. Round 3, clearly he was doing some shenanigans to lower GL Ray's health pool because he sent 8 teams in to drop that health bar down, with his 9th battle doing her in. His Ray got a hold, 2 holds with Django, a hold with GG, and again, complete lockout from the fleet. So 3-0 for end all be all.
Solo base with the 3-0 didn't get the triple crown like his Gambit podcast colleague Zareth did, but still got a triple whammy. I mean, it was a great week. I mean, solid start in round 1. 2 great holds on a slacker and an undefeated DR saw him, clean sweep his opponent. Round 2. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but yes, Solo the heat. One-shotting an opponent he previously lost to, and as the person that he faced stumbled and lost, sweet, sweet revenge was Solo's. Round 3, that's where he missed out on the crown. Just some bad RNG made Solo have to double tap a fleet, but still an excellent win and a full clear. Triple whammy for Solo.
And finally, Fruit Ninja Mike coming in with a 3-0. And as he put it, rounds 1 and 2 were utterly forgettable garbage. But the 3rd round, on the other hand, had a rematch with his 1st round opponent from the previous week. And he's gone into some heavy detail about this particular round. As he put it, we will go through this. We start out by each killing the bottom front with 1 shot each. Similar banners, but Mike's got a lead at this point. He hit Gas and Slacker in the back. Mike did. And with Darth Revan GG in the front. And he proceeds to also 1-shot those. Then shenanigans. Mike tried to do Vader Watt versus General Grievous and fat-fingered the Force Crush instead of Merciless Massacre. And then proceeded to also accidentally kill B2 right before he was about to kill GG with a Culling Blade. Vader never got his bonus turn. And he instinctively shut down the app, but forgot that both Magnet and B2 were dead. 3 mistakes in a single battle. Then he failed the Bugs Mirror. He had Night Sisters clean up a GG, so that wasn't available for him. JTR and the Heroes finally cleaned up a Hux with a few battles, but very dirty full clear. Thankfully, his opponent thoroughly stymied by that one character reference throughout a lot of people. Chewie and 3PO was a highlight, honestly, this week. Full CLS team completely blocked his opponent. 8 battles, still kicking. 3-0 for Ninja Mike.
And there is the bottom half of the Elite Division. Ando won't be happy to see his name there, but Rambam will. I have no doubt that Rambam is, laughing into his inadequately R7 Gear 13 Mace Windu right now. But, hey, he's still in the top half, and Ando's still in the bottom. Very, very little change here. Very, very little change. But let's have a look. Top. There is no change to the top 5. 0. Everybody in the top 5 all went 3-0. Everybody went 3-0. And then Arnold, Indigo, Tyler, and Rambam all went 2-1. So the top half and the bottom half, yeah, you guys in the bottom half, you all went 2-1. You've just allowed the top 5 to extend their leads. So, take your fingers out, do something different, because, you need to do something different. But, hey, it's been a great week for the Elite Division top guys. 3-0s across the board. The only people that's really taken advantage so far this month is Klesso, who has gone undefeated. He picked up 1 round on Zareth, because obviously Zareth did have a 2-1. But apart from that, things are kind of looking a bit static at the top of Elite Division 1.
Absolutely. And so, man, we are. That's it. That's it for this week in terms of coverage. So, hey, we have an interview this week.
We do.
Who is that interview with, Neil?
Our interview is with our newest competitor, Kate Gaming. Now, we were planning on interviewing her last week, but we wanted to show you the highlights of the Wigsy Whatever match. So we kind of postponed it for a week because we wanted to we like to interview our new competitors when they come in. So we got Kate in, and we've got a nice, short, sweet 15-minute interview. So stick around after the break. Kate Gaming coming right up.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And our guest this week is somebody we wanted to get on last week, but obviously we had all of the fun and games with 2 competitors after each other, because we have Kate Gaming, who is one of the new competitors that we introduced this month. She's been settling in. She's been getting used to, our format. But very, very impressive. She came in at Division 3 and then instantly got promoted to Division 2. So, Kate, how are you handling being newly promoted and having to deal with everything that is Division 2?
I think it's going good so far. I definitely have a different mindset now that you guys are actually watching me. I used to not care as much before. Now I'm like, the competitiveness in me is coming out.
Boiling up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we know that everyone is busy in life right now. So we're going to be kind of quick with these questions here. So number 1, how did this week go for you?
Went 2-1. So it was pretty good.
Okay. So how'd the rounds go? Were these people that, when you went against them, were they any that were particularly difficult? Any that were just cakewalks? Like you looked at them and you're like, I'm going to deal with this easily. Anything like that?
The first round, we had a no-show again.
Aren't those the best?
I think that's like what? That's got to be like
so many no-shows.
That's got to be like probably the 6th. I don't even know. The first round you guys watched me was all no-shows, and I think last week there was like 2. I was like,
Lord.
No. But so yeah, I mean, I still full cleared, but then the second round, I'm still salty about it.
Is that the loss this week?
I lost by 5 banners. I had like 1,920 and they got 1,925. I was like, I have to go look back and see what they did, because I was like, how did that happen?
You can do that now.
What was that?
You can do that once now the data's up.
I did. I already did. And I was like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But that was actually an interesting stream just in general, because that was the first hype train.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
How did round 3
we
go?
were all watching your hype train. We were.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. So you guys saw the new term?
We were all watching your first hype train. Yes, we were.
Oh, no, because right after I coined a new term by accident.
And what is that new term?
Come on. You've mentioned about it.
You've mentioned it now. Everybody is in chat that didn't watch the hype train wants to know what this new term is.
I was trying to say bounty hunters, and I said bounty honeys, and Andy called me out on it.
There you go. See, that wasn't difficult. See, coined them bounty honeys.
Oh.
So you lost by 5.
Yeah.
Was it just one bad battle, or
I one shot everything.
You one shot every? So it was just an efficiency battle that you lost in the end.
Yeah. It is what it is. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna look back and think, oh, maybe I could have undersized that squad. Maybe I could have undersized that one. Maybe I should have gone in with a solo hit. Did you go first or second in that?
I went first because I usually do the night streams if I can get a chain gang slot. So I'm usually the first one to go out of just the Grand Arena in general. So
yeah, 8 times out of 10, the person when you lose an efficiency battle, it's because you went first, and your opponent has.
And they did the banner counting. It's like
I was just a little hesitant to also I think I only undersized one. I was just a little hesitant after last week.
Like, let's just play it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was good. I was like, oh, this is a good banner count, but apparently not good enough.
Well, anything over 1900 is respectable. I would say anything over if you score under 1900, you deserve to be beat. But if you get over 1900, that I would say, it's a respect. It's a respect.
Tell it like it is, Neil. Jeez.
I will tell it like it is. If you score under 1900, expect to be beat. Okay.
What if it's too sloppy attacks?
Unless you've got the resources and the theory crafting defensive capabilities of someone like Klesso or Indigo, if you've gone lean on defense and you score less than 1900, expect to be beat. It's as simple as that. But no, getting 1920 is very, very respectable. But when you're going first, you're just kind of keeping your fingers crossed, hoping you get a hold somewhere. And if you don't get that hold, you're just looking at watching it happens. It's like, watching a car wreck. You're like, damn it, why didn't I just put that one team in defense for a hold? Or, why didn't you fall into my nest timeout trap? Or, why didn't you keep that for offense instead of so, sometimes that, but it was not lost on the week. So how did you come back in? Because obviously you were 1-1, and your week either goes from bad to worse or you save it. So how did you save your week?
Honestly, going into round 3, I thought I was going to get crushed. The person I went against, they seemed to have a better, well-rounded roster than I did. And I switched up one team on my defense, and I think it made all the difference. I put Watt in with my Jedi Knight Revan team. And I mean, I've been hesitant to use my Watt because my Watt's only 4 stars, but in between the rounds, like last week and this past week, I put the Zeta on him, and I got him up to gear 10 and got 2 holds, and they couldn't get past him.
I got to experience my first use of Watt this last week, and I'm just like, okay, this is a character that 4-star. I think I had mine at gear 9, and with the Zeta, I had the Zeta ready to go as soon as I unlocked him, and it was pretty much just bam, go. And every time I used Watt on offense, it was okay. This felt really good. I did better scoring because of Watt, or I did stuff that I would not normally have done if it wasn't for Watt. So he's definitely a major player now.
I actually still have yet to use Watt on offense. I put him
fun.
I know. I just got the Zeta on him. I had just geared him up. I mean, I've had him for a little bit, but I was like, I don't know if he's really usable at the gear level that he's at.
Totally.
But he ended up being very
totally,
good.
100%. So. I would say so. I'd argue that yes, he's absolutely useful at tier
Oh, now
10.
I know.
Yes.
Now I know.
Yes.
I already set my defense for this week. Well, that's the only team I set so far.
Okay.
On there.
All right. So let's see here. Out of this week, what was the weirdest or the strangest thing that you went up against? Like a specific team, or was there any oddball teams? Anything
Maybe
that
something
caught
we
you off guard?
can play you out of this interview with, perhaps?
So, I mean, I feel like I see a lot of the same teams, but I did come across a Mon Mothma team. And that was the first time I took care of it. It's all good.
Okay, well, that's what you're
Apparently,
gonna have to
Night
clip.
Sisters can handle it.
Yeah, that's what
But she also didn't have the Zeta, so that helped.
That's what you're gonna have to clip, and that's what you're gonna have to send with us so that we can play you out with that. But so that was that a first? So it's not really something strange, but it was your first experience of facing a Mon Mothma, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Hey, it happens. I mean, I faced a Zated Mon Mothma for the first time. But everybody was like Gear 8, so I thought I could take it out with a nest. Did not work.
He got slapped.
It did not work. I did not think that a single basic from Lando Calrissian was going to do much, and it just wiped out my nest. So
wasn't that a Relic 2 or Relic 3 Lando?
It was a Relic 3 Lando. Somebody clearly going for JKL. So yeah. But so not all offenses against Mon Mothmas are equal, but yeah, I'm guessing the Night Sisters worked out well for you there, didn't?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I wing it a lot of the times. I wing it.
No worries.
I'm one of those people. I'm just like, I'll set this defense has worked for me, so I'm gonna go for this. I saved this stuff for offense. Oh, this should probably work. Okay, let's go with this.
I also used the Night Sister team like the round before against the First Order team, and apparently I wasn't supposed to do that, but I still won. So it's okay.
Excellent. So
it's okay. Andy Beads would be proud of you.
He would. So
all right.
Very important question, Flair. Go.
Very, very important question.
Yeah, what was she working on this week to prepare for next week?
Okay. We're going into the last week of 5v5s. Is there anything you're working on? I know you've already said what you're happy with and you're gonna start using them more. Anything else that is like in your toolkit of stuff you're working on?
I just got Darth Revan up to Gear 13 and got a relic on him, so working on that. But I mean, I'm still trying to get towards working on gas. But that's just Carbonti and stun guns. The crunch is real right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know about that crunch.
Oh,
it's not pleasant.
Absolutely.
It is not pleasant.
No.
All right. Neil, anything else you want to add?
No. It's time for Kate to pimp her stuff.
Absolutely. Kate, tell everyone where they can find you, what you do, so on and so forth.
You can find me on Twitch. Just look for Kate Gaming with the _@ the end. I'm not on YouTube or anything, so just Twitch.
All righty. Are you just doing your GAC streams? Are you doing anything else right now? Do you have plans to do anything else?
I want to do horror games.
Ooh, we are getting ready to come up to spooky season.
I know, it's my favorite time of year. I'm so excited.
All right. Guys, Kate, seriously, thanks so much for joining us. Like Neil said, we wanted to have you on last week, but we had the matchup that occurred, and of course that needed to be covered. But yeah, guys, on the other side of this break, we'll have our thoughts and acknowledgments. Kate, seriously, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Kate.
you guys for having me.
All right, see you guys on the other side of this break.
Okay, so Kara's got taunt. Let's just get Kara out of there. There we go. I'm just gonna get Mon Mothma out of there as quickly as I can before she produces the summon. Okay. Let's get a stun on Wedge. And go after Biggs. Working on Biggs. Thankfully, it looks like this team is slower than mine. They got a lot of attacks in at once. Okay, let's get a stun on Wedge. Let's heal everybody up. Okay. And this should take care of Wedge. There we go. So Night Sisters work.
And welcome back, ladies and gents. It's the end of the show. You're gonna miss us. You know you're gonna miss us, but it's only for a week. So hope you enjoyed the interview with the bounty honey there. Kate, you know I'm gonna refer to you as the bounty honey from now on. You coined the phrase. We're gonna use it.
All right, we are in the thoughts and acknowledgement section of the show. During the course of today's episode, we did get a follow from Bysamu, BYYSAMU. But Ranger coming in with a tier 1 sub for second month in a row. So thank you all so much for your support. So Ranger for your sub and Bysamu for your follow. This has been, I think this last week is going to be an interesting week because everyone is either unlocking their Jedi Knight Lukes or their gas characters. Don't you think, Neil?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got my Jedi Knight Luke, but he's still, like, ridiculously weak. He's only gear 8. So, hey, I'll see what I can do with him. I'll have a play. Didn't get it on my Merc account, which I was a little bit disappointed in, but...
You still got a couple of days, though.
Yeah, oh, no, I'll get my Jedi Knight Luke. It just would have been nice to have him before the lock-in on my Merc account, because the plan is to use the other account to theorycraft in GAC with different, different combinations using Jedi Knight Luke. So I can then take that knowledge to my main account, Jedi Knight Luke, and, really, really go to town with him. On my opponents, of course, not on myself. Yeah.
But seriously, we're fine. We're, now that gas is in the journey guide, I know that several people unlocked gas just in the last few days. Artmart got his, Infinum got his. I
think Bulldog got his as well.
Oh, I'm
all the
not
way
surprised.
down, all the way down. 2 people in Div 5 getting gases.
And here I am still getting, I'm farming for JTR.
Oh, the woes and grind of free to play.
Oh, tell me about it.
Fun.
Oh, tell me about it. But yeah, Neil, what's going on? What's going on this week for you?
Okay, so this week, obviously, we've got, I'll have my streams for GAC. I'll still, obviously, would very much like to pick up a Triple Crown. So I'm still going for the league record. Nobody has had 3 Triple Crowns in a month, so I can still get the record. I can still achieve a record in GACenter, which, a first. There's not that many firsts left, so I'm still going to go for that. So fingers crossed that I do that. Obviously, I'll be streaming 3 times this week. Got the show, the Escape Pod cast, as always, on Friday. And then we'll be right back around to rounding out the final week of the mid-season month. So, yeah.
Hold on. We actually do have a charity stream this weekend.
Oh, yes, we do. We have a big charity stream going on this week. Team Castaways versus Team Visari. There's a bunch of Brit streamers. And I'm not with them because I'm not in England. I'm in Australia. I'm in America, so I will be streaming with I will be on the American team.
Hey! It's not just you and a bunch of Americans. We have an Aussie. We have a preloader with us.
Yeah, true.
We
will have a preloader with us as well. So
for everyone that doesn't know, so this weekend we are doing a 24-hour charity live stream. It is a content creator cup between Team Castaways and Team Visari, with the likes of Paul, Neil, myself, Geek Girl, Heinze. Who else is joining us? I want to say Fighting Drunk.
No, I thought Fighting Drunk was on Team Visari.
No, I think Fighting Drunk is with us. But then Team Visari has Rico, Jackson Tucker, has Sith Lord Fluffy, DB, Dr. Zeppers. It's going to be a huge collaborative work between everybody, and it's going to be moderated and hosted by help put on together by Helly and Toyota Canada. And all this is for, I want to say it's what, World Children. I have the image somewhere here. It's in Vasari's Discord.
So do I. I'll bring it up. You keep talking.
Yeah. A 24-hour stream benefiting World Child Cancer. And so this is for people around the world who the parents may not be able to afford the costs of chemo and all these procedures that are involved with cancer. And so this is
World Child Cancer.
Yep, this is for helping to raise funds for that. Also we have Llama with us. I don't know if
we
I
have the
Llama
with us.
Llama's
Yes.
joining us.
Yep, the Llama will be able to join us now. She's got a Gucci new PC that I built for her.
So, but yeah, no, this is going to be a very fun time for us. There's going to be stuff all across the 24-hour period. This is going to be running. And it's a competition between Team Castaways and Team Vasari. So, come support your favorite content creators, support a good charity fund such as this one. Cancer sucks, and we're gonna be here to raise something for it. So, other than that, we've got I've got my GAC streams, a couple of other things here and there, and enjoying Marvel's Avengers. You need to come around and see Black Widow a little bit, because I think
I will come and watch Black Widow. I mean, you know what I want to see from Black Widow.
I know you do. I know you
what
do.
I want to see from Black Widow.
I swear. But yeah, other than that, not much else happening. I think all of the hype and focus is being brought towards this weekend. Anything else, Neil?
No, we're good to go, mate.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this is we're in the calm before the storm. We're getting ready to come into a period of having a lot of gases and JKLs. And do note next week's episode will probably be a day delayed because it is a end of month week.
Yeah.
Meaning that we don't get the data the day of like we usually do. We usually get it on a Wednesday. So we'll probably have a Wednesday edition of GACenter. But other than that, everyone take care. Have a good rest of your evening, day, wherever you are in the world. Have a good rest of your week. Hopefully your GACs are going well as you prepare for them. And yeah, Neil, push the button, mate.
You got it. Ta-ta for now, folks.
See you guys.